Hey there everyone, Spazzy Dragon here, aka Syngems, and welcome to Discovery Freelancer Let's Play Part 8. So, in the last episode we left off with our cargo hold full of helium again, and this time we are actually going to send all of this helium to Kasari, but this time we're not going to visit the outcasts, oh no. Today we are actually going to visit their enemies, the Independent Miners Guild. Actually, the whole of this series, like this particular, episode, is going to be all about mining, and I'll hopefully will be able to explain everything along the way. But first things first, it's time for us to rename. So the reason why I'm renaming it is twofold. First of all, people know the name of this character since I already probably, at this point I probably uploaded part 6, at least up to part 6. And I don't want, people to hunt me down and, try to get on the episode. And at the same time, Discovery is a pretty small server. Right now there's 100 people online, but you still kind of, you still sort of, stand out from the crowd, so to speak. So what's going to happen is we're going to rename again. I actually had to move this character onto a different account because otherwise you have the rename time limit, so yeah. Rename me Jimmy Morio. That is going to be the name of our character today, and hopefully no one is really going to bother us that much. Okay. So, we are prepared. We are prepared. We are prepared! Alright. So, mining. Mining, as it is right now, it's probably the most effective way to get money here on Discovery Freelancer. Now, obviously, you need money to create other characters, build ships, well, acquire other kinds of ships, and, just progress through the game. Now, obviously, there's no end game, so to speak. You actually can watch a few videos about that in my Q&A videos. I'll link it into, in the description of this video. Check it out right now. There's a Q&A video of mine that, talks about the whole, quote, end game of Discovery Freelancer, with, like, the lack of end game. You're pretty much, this is Freelancer. You're free to make your own end game, so, yeah. But for that, everything costs credits, and we need to get up our economy so that we don't have to worry about credits too much. And something that I already said in that video is that for me, the quote end game of Discovery Freelancer is pretty much when I can say, I can just say, oh, I want to do this today, and I can just, make a character and do it regardless of what it is. So, I have a comfortable amount of credits, and I can be a part of the server whenever I want, wherever I want. So, again, mining is probably, currently at least, one of the easiest ways, or the more profitable ways, how to make money. But it does sort of need to involve other people. Right now what we're doing, we're currently trading, right? And this and smuggling is a sort of a solo sort of thing, so you don't need anyone else to do this. You're actually trying to avoid people who, want to bring harm to you if you're doing this. And when it comes to mining, on the other hand, mining is completely different. First of all, mining needs a specific type of stuff. That is a interesting moment. Yeah. So, first things first. Oh wow, that's a lot of activity next to Manhattan, actually. What are these guys doing? Oh, these guys have pearls. That's an LPI. Chilling. So this is the guy we would need to avoid, if we were doing smuggling. This guy's probably watching the Tlagsnet as we speak. And if we had some sort of... I'm actually considering taking some, some sort of contraband from Liberty to the Outcasts, but not sure if that's going to be a good idea. Oh, and that is in fact a Legion, which is nothing awful, because the Legion only attack lawful, police and Navy players. They don't care about civilian targets, so we're safe. He may be a hostile on our scanner, but okay. As long as we know that he has no intention to actually harm us, we are pretty much in goodwill. We're not going to be, you know, too bothered by him. But okay, mining. I already showed you mining. We were behind Planetary, we were mining helium, and as I already noted a few times before, that is the very basics of mining. You don't need a specific ship, you don't need a specific weapon apart from the, you know, mining array, either the mining turret for the freighters and fighters, or the heavy mining array that we bought for a moment in order to fill ourselves up in the last episode. So actually what we're going to try and do now is get enough money to make a dedicated mining character. We're going to pick an ID that specializes in mining, we are going to pick a ship that specializes in mining, and also we're going to fit it out with all the stuff that we need to, again, specialize in mining. I suppose, again, mining is sort of a group sort of thing. If you want to get the best out of mining, you sort of need to do it with a friend or two. Because the idea is this: you can technically mine for yourself and then transport the ore, but the biggest mining ship that you can have, which has the bonus which you actually need, for example, if I would try... We actually did this, remember? We were here trying to mine some silver ore, but nothing was dropping because we didn't have the right ship. The same thing applies. Helium is very easy to mine, you don't need any specific type of ships. But every single ore has its own ship and ID combination that needs to be obtained in order to mine it for the, you know, full bonus, or actually mine it. Some ores will drop in a reduced rate if you don't have the right combination, and some ores, like for example the one, you know, back then in the silver field, it won't just drop at all. But again, hopefully I'm going to show you a few examples. So there's actually a couple of factions that specialize in mining, like their roleplay is all about mining. You have obviously the Independent Miners Guild, then you have the Gas Miners Guild, you have Bretonian Manufacturing Minerals, I think that's the name, that's the correct name, I don't know. You have Kruger Minerals. Oh no, sorry, that was Bretonian Mining and Manufacturing, I think. I always like mix up the two factions over there, I don't know why. But yeah, that's the idea. So all of these factions are dedicated miners, and they have a huge boost to specific cores. So for example, if I'm not mistaken, the IMG ID specializes in niobium and silver. IDs such as BMM, yeah, I'm just gonna call them BMM, fuck it. These sort of IDs specialize in gold, for example, you know, and every single ore has its own specific drop spot. So when it comes to silver, you have the, you know, the almost depleted field back in Colorado, which is not that good, but then again, you actually have to sell the stuff back in, you know, Planet California miners, so, you know, the trip is not that large, so it sort of balances out. Niobium is usually mined in Tau 23, which is basically what we're going to do after we dump off this amount of helium to Kasari. And after that, you have, say, gold in Dublin. If you played through the single player, you probably already know that's where the, you know, the race with Dexter was. So yeah, there's plenty of ways to mine, there's plenty of places to mine, there's plenty of ores to haul. The only problem is that you don't actually sell the ore on the same system. Oh no, you actually have to take it all across the frickin' Sirius sector to do that. So for example, when it comes to silver, you mine it in the Omegas, but you have to transfer it to, say, either Kasari, or you have to fly to Liberty. And as far as niobium goes, it either goes to New York or New Berlin. So again, first of all, you have to spend time to mine it up, which takes a considerable amount of time, fair enough. Then you actually have to transport it safely to its destination. You always have, like, you know, pirates everywhere, you know, trying to get, and ore haulers are a very tasty target for miners. You'll see probably in the next few episodes, especially when we're going to get our miners set up. Actually, I think we're going to go with the IMGs because, as you already seen, like, the amount of activity there is pretty good. Well, maybe not now, but, you know, usually it's very good. But, again, okay, so we've reached the Shikoku system. And it looks like we actually have a hostile, a possible hostile. The lane hacker player faction is a very interesting moment. Like, the roleplay for the lane hackers is that they're pissed off at the Liberty companies, you know, specifically at Jira, right? And they will usually only target these players. There's one difference though, and that's the fact that you can never be too sure whether or not you are going to get hit by them, because, I mean, if right now next to me there was an Ajira player, then obviously he, like, the lane hacker, would just simply ignore me and just go for the Ajira guy. But sadly that doesn't work right here, right? So I'm alone, so I will need to be very careful. I don't know whether or not he's on the lane, so this is just what we need to do. As I already said in the previous video, Shikoku is a bottleneck system, which means that there's only like one lane through the whole system. There's not one around it, so there's no detour unless you want to fly off plane. But you know, I'm gonna spare you of that in this video. Like, you know, the previous one already was a bit, you know, uneventful, sadly. So let's see. So this is the straight sort of trade lane towards New Tokyo. And if I needed to get... Yes, there he is. So what we're going to do now is being able to avoid... Ow. There we go. Okay, so the pirate is actually there, which is a bad thing. He was actually preoccupied with someone else, but I just don't want to risk it, because this helium actually sells pretty good. Someone pointed out that I don't actually need to go to what's face Honshu to sell this off. I actually have to go to Okinawa. So that was the system we actually passed through in the last episode when we're trying to, you know, get the Cardamine through the, you know, Kasari sector. So that is where actually where we need to go. Okay. So this is probably where the hole is. Yeah, this is where we're gonna go. Again, the problem is, okay, so he's somewhere here, and hopefully we can make a sort of a detour around the place. Hopefully he's not going to actually, you know, try to catch us. We're a pretty small transport, so I don't really see the reason if he, you know, for him to try and catch us. So I suppose, again, the only reason why we're currently still have our cargo is pretty much because we upgraded that scanner of ours. You know, if he would have popped up like 5k away from me, it would have been way too late to turn around. Yeah, sorry watchers, you're gonna be watching me fly like in empty space again, but you know, it's better than losing the cargo. Helium. The only problem right now is that we're, you know, we sort of are off course at this very moment. So there you go. This jump call we're going to take right now is actually leads to Kyushu, and that's eventually that is where we need to go, but not until we would have unloaded this whole thing in you know, Okinawa, which is pretty sad. Due to that pirate, I need to make a big ass like detour just because of that pirate. No. I do believe that's the pirate. Yeah, I mean, I know lane hackers would usually hit Ajira's transports or, you know, Liberty transports in general. I'm a freelancer, so I suppose I'm sort of safe. But I really don't want to double check, so that's that. Yes, freelancer ID, I'm not affiliated with anything. He maybe would have let me go without having to pay anything, but I don't really want to double check. So what we're going to do now is go to here. This is where the jump hole is, I think. I'm pretty upset, actually. I really wanted to go to Okinawa. Yep, there's the jump hole. So yeah, using the patrol paths in vanilla systems is pretty much the easiest way to find jump holes. Just one of those things you might want to learn. Okay, Kyushu now. Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like we have anything there, which is good. Oh, that's Eagle Eye. That's the guy who actually tried to kill us last time. I'm very tempted to go back to Alpha just to see if he tries to stop us again. At least this time I have Dulzians. At least this time I should be able to take him out faster. Yeah. See, I just need to do this huge ass like detour just because of the lane hacker on the lane. That's just something you need to figure out. Like, sometimes it's a lot easier to just pay the pirate, just, you know, depending on how much they're gonna ask. If he would have asked me 1,000,000 credits, or like 500,000 credits, I would have gladly paid, because that would have beaten just, you know, that would be better than flying around like this. Anyway, we're just gonna take the jump hole to New Tokyo. Yeah, this is sort of annoying, but again, if you don't want to lose your money, then constant vigilance is what you need. I mean, a lot of players actually trade by alt-tabbing, and they just run into pirates and then just like, oh no, how did this happen? It's like, well, you're not paying attention. Of course you're running into pirates. But yeah. Chances are we're actually going to go for the Independent Miners Guild ID. Oh yeah, that's a lot of patrol paths. I don't think that we actually need this many. Okay, where's the lane? That is the closest running ring. Yeah, another episode of me just flying around. Annoying, but needed. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to bother go to, what's his face? Or should I? I mean, we could go to Okinawa, drop this cargo off, and then just take the same approach we had that time and just go back to Omicron Alpha. But this time we're just gonna, you know... I just want to go there for the sake of, like... you know, seeing if this guy's gonna attack me again. You know, it would be worth to just do it just because of that. I think yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. Okay! So that's it. The IMGs are going to have to wait. There's no one in Tower 23 right now anyway. So it's not like we're missing out on something. So we're going to take this cargo back to, what's his face? Okinawa. And after that we're just going to hit Omicron Alpha. Yeah. I just need to figure out what to take to Omicron Alpha, because I think the Outcast could be buying H-Fuel. I'm not completely sure about that, but there you go. Okay, we don't need this waypoint anymore. Yeah, he's still there. Yep. Well, I don't know what he's trying to, like, catch there at this time, but oh well. At least it's not me. Although, as I said, sometimes it is a lot cheaper to actually pay the pirate instead of, you know, taking these long-ass detours. I mean, as time goes on, I am wasting time, and I could have used that time to haul cargo. But again, with only 10,000,000 credits, and with every single million, you know, being worthwhile, I suppose it's better just... Okay, what is this? That's the GMGs. And all of these guys just being Okay. Let's talk about multiboxing, because it really looks like I have to go there. What I did just now was test the ping of these characters. As you can see, they all jumped out at the same time. It means that they were flying in formation. And chances are that they were flown by the same person. So, Multiboxing is controlling multiple instances of Freelancer from the same, as the same person. This is considered cheating, by the way, and it is very obvious when someone's doing it. Like, you saw how obvious that was. And sadly, if you're caught doing this, you're probably just gonna have all of your characters wiped. They're just gonna be deleted. Well, the reason is actually pretty simple. First of all, you're taking up a lot of server slots, which is the lesser of all evils. But you're just having a sort of upper hand that you're not really supposed to have. I mean, a lot of players have argued before that multiboxing should be done. It's nothing bad, but I mean, as long as some people can do it and some people can't, it is sort of having advantages over other players, and we don't want that. So multiboxing was made against the server rules, and it was classified as cheating. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe that's like a guy and another guy from the same country, maybe. It's just that their ping is very, very similar. So maybe that's not the case. Who knows? All this talking make me just... Drinks. Nope. That's a KNF. Well, that's interesting. Well, whatever it was completely neutral to me, which is good enough, but then again, I think most of the stuff in Kusari is neutral to me. Like, yeah, like stuff like the Blood Dragons and everything else. Yeah, Blood Dragons are neutral to me. Oh yeah, this was the character we restarted to, get the Bumblebee. Yeah. That makes sense then. Yeah, if that was a part, it's probably good that he was so far away from the lane. Okay, so the only thing that we need to do now is just slap this thing down on the planet Mira. I think that's how you pronounce that name. And after that we're going to go visit the Outcast. Hopefully that guy's still there. That's a lot of people in Tower 23, actually. Oh, it's an IMG convoy! Look at this. Oh yeah, that is an IMG convoy. That's definitely an IMG convoy. Again, convoys are a very good thing because, there's safety in numbers, obviously. Oh yeah, that's a lot of people. There's still only 2 people in Tower 23, and judging from their name, it's not that obvious what they are. I mean, a lot of Outcast players actually use, like, very Hispanic sort of name, like Juan and, along those lines. So it's obvious, it's sometimes very obvious to, to figure out what the hell it is. Yeah, Eagle Light is still an alpha. That guy was the guy who tried to kill us last time. Okay. So we are just going to... see? 8 million credits. That is a very nice amount. Plutonium! Let's see now. Signal 13, Kepler. Yeah, we're not gonna take this. Vacationers. That's not a lot. Oh. Okay, let's quickly explore the bases. We have 5 minutes left until... like the end of this video, so let's quickly explore a little bit. I'm just trying to find something I can take back to the Outcasts. We're gonna go through them, and then we're just gonna buy some things off of their enemies, because that is what a freelancer does. Mining machinery. yes, I could sell it on Falkland, but I don't want to haul it through Alpha. We actually have to get something to Alpha. Okay, so the last idea I have would be, you know, getting some stuff from Fujisawa, and I think that's H-Fuel. I think you can, like, bring H-Fuel to the Outcasts. I'm not completely sure. You could at some point. I'm not sure if that's still the case, because you can buy H-Fuel from the Gas Miners Guild on Tau Sigma 13. That's only a few jumps away, so probably the profit margin is not going to be that good, but it's better than just, you know, flying with an empty cargo. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Come to think of it, that is pretty much the, like, the simple most rule of trading. Never fly around with an empty cargo hold. I mean, you can be hauling stuff with the bare minimum profit, but as long as there is profit, then your time is worth it. H-Fuel, 128. Alright. New London... Castle, California, Newcastle, Texas, Alberta, Edinburgh, Cortez, Ontario, New York, Chow, 31, 39, Tau 28, 37, 29. I mean, this if it's at least 1,000, it's already a good profit. Ibiza base. Okay, we're gonna get about 1,000. Yeah, we're gonna get about 1,000 profit per unit, which is good. It's gonna be probably about, like, what, kind of 2 million-ish. I mean, the best thing is that this cargo is very cheap here, so even if I do happen to die horribly, at least I'm not gonna lose a lot. Actually, let's go check it out again. Let's see. Let's go to Omicron Beta first. Omicron Alpha. Okay, Malta buys it for a little bit more. It's gonna be a little bit more than just 1,000 credits, which is good. And Omicron Beta, I don't think we even have Beta mapped. Yeah, I don't think we actually landed on that base. Okay, so next stop it's gonna be Tau. Yeah, it's gonna be Sigma 19, then Beta, and then Alpha. But for now, I think I'm gonna go take a shit. And I might as well just stop the video here. Okay, this was fun. Spazzy Dragon out.